for our classes and our parties. So this is our cupcake recipe, just our vanilla butter cupcake recipe. It's so yummy and so simple. The recipe I'm going to be showing you today makes 4 cupcakes, but you can divide it in half to make 2 or multiply it by 2 to make 8 cupcakes and so forth. So feel free to play around with it, adjust it to whatever the needs of your family or party or friends are. So we are going to start. I have just put 1/4 cup of butter in a microwave safe jug. I love mixing and baking in these kind of jugs because it has a handle and I can stir real good. So I'm going to pop it in the microwave. It should only take about 30 seconds to a minute. In my microwave, that only took 30 seconds to get nice and melted. See how that is? And so now that the butter's still kind of warm, I'm going to go ahead and add our milk, and that's just 3 tablespoons of milk, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla, just so you don't wonder why my milk is brown. So I'm going to add that in there. Give it a nice little stir. I'm just going to make sure it's not too hot before I add in my egg, because if it's hot and I drop my egg in, it's going to scramble the egg. And we don't want scrambled egg cupcakes, do we? Now I'm going to crack in 1 egg. I'm going to stir this in. When I was in culinary school, they made us mix everything by hand. We weren't allowed any electric mixers or KitchenAids or anything like that. And one of the best reasons to learn baking that way is so that you can see what each ingredient does as you add it. That later will help you to write your own recipes. So there you can see it's still very liquidy, but it's all kind of mixing together. Next, we're going to add in our sugar. And that's just 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. When we bake cakes or cookies, we always start by creaming our creaming ingredients. And that's we start with the butter, the sugar, and the eggs. And we just kind of mix it around until it's all nice and creamy and smooth. Don't worry if there's any chunks in your batter at this time, because we're going to pour in our flour and our baking powder, and that's going to kind of bring everything together and bind it and smooth it out. Now I'm going to add 1/2 cup all-purpose flour and 1/2 teaspoon baking powder. The baking powder, you're going to make sure you want to measure it nice and level and exact, because if we put in too much baking powder, that's what makes cupcakes sink in the middle. So watch that baking powder. I'm just gonna stir this in, and you'll see it's gonna look all nice and smooth eventually. If you stir it long enough, it will just be nice and creamy and consistent throughout. There it is. Look how gorgeous and smooth this batter is. Isn't that amazing? Now I'm going to divide this between 4 cupcake liners. And I've just put this in a nice pan. I spread it out just so it's kind of more balanced as I pull in and out of the oven. If eyeballing the batter scares you, you can also use an ice cream scoop or a cookie dough scoop and just keep putting a level scoop in each cupcake liner until all the batter is evenly dispersed. I've done this a lot, so I'm just going to eyeball it. Perfect. Now, if your mom and dad let you eat things with a little raw egg in it, if your eggs are fresh, it should be okay. But go ahead and lick your bowl and spoon clean. It's so good. Now that our cupcakes are full, I filled them about 3/4 of the way full. I'm going to pop them in a preheated oven at 350, and they'll take anywhere from 12 to 14 minutes. Now, while our cupcakes bake, remember, baking time is also cleaning time. So let's wash up all of our bowls and spoons and utensils that we use and get our kitchen nice and clean so that when our cupcakes come out, we're ready to decorate. I just pulled my cupcakes out and mine took about 16 minutes to bake. So just watch them. What you're looking for is you want to touch them and see how they spring back but they're no longer doughy. Now we're just gonna let these cupcakes cool, and then you can decorate and ice them however your heart's desire. Make sure to look at our other IGTV videos and our YouTube videos, and I will do some tutorials on how to decorate these for different holidays and different occasions. Thanks so much, guys.